The Beatles were 100% created by Tavistock, and all genres of music. Each genre of music has an agenda. There's a point that they're trying to drive home, that they're trying to condition people with in order to move their agenda forward. And the agenda is social engineering. It was to move away from what most people would call the traditional values, especially with regard to Christianity. And so the Beatles really kicked that off. And we can argue that it went before the Beatles with Elvis and so on, but the big push with the British invasion started with the Beatles. So the Beatles were 100% a creation of Tavistock. You know how this works. There's this whole grooming process that takes place. So the Beatles were put in place in order to break down the cultural and societal norms at the time. And they did it in a way that was very methodical. It was very incremental. For many people, it wasn't very shocking. Maybe to the adults, to the older folks it was, but for the younger folks, the younger generation, they just soaked it right up. And it was to pull people away from the societal structures that their parents were accustomed to. And that was the very beginning of the 1960s, is when Crowley's Aeon of Horus was being pushed very hard going forward. And now it's 60 years later.